From Darwin glitching with human eyes, to finding out their whole existence is just a part of a TV show, there are many reasons fans think this Gumball episode was a mistake. Today, we're diving into the most bizarre and unsettling episode of Gumball, how it breaks the very rules of the show, and I'm going to explain how it's connected to one of the biggest unsolved mysteries from the series. The episode I'm talking about is The Signal. We all know Gumball can get weird, even naming the newest series after it, except this episode takes the weirdness and multiplies it by 100. It might not be about butts, which The Amazing World of Gumball is very well known for at this point, but when you watch it, it feels like you're watching a whole creepypasta off of YouTube. However, to understand how we got here, we have to start at the very beginning of the episode, with the typical time card this time glitching. Then we go to Gumball and Darwin, who are at Elmore Mall, where Darwin is trying on hats and asks Gumball for his opinion. But every time Gumball is about to say something, he starts glitching.
I really like this one, but do you think it makes me look like I have a fat head?
Until Darwin just walks off, thinking that he's trying to insult him. Before Gumball can get to him, the episode glitches and cuts to a lost signal screen. And while it looks like a simple transition to Richard trying to fix the TV, it carries a deeper meaning, one that they were never meant to discover. Afterwards, Gumball gets home and is about to ask Richard if he's seen Darwin, but gets cut off mid-sentence as Richard shoves the couch into the kitchen in order to watch his second favorite thing, the TV. Honestly, he'd be better off watching me. I mean, who else is serving peak content like this? So don't make the same mistake, and like and subscribe. Anyways, Darwin is not pulling a Richard, and starts exercising. They then go downstairs, where Darwin is still trying to exercise, but when he can't get another rep in, Gumball tries to lend him a hand, but once again glitches, making him drop the weight on himself. In the bathroom, Gumball tries to apologize and ends up getting him to lighten up by tickling Darwin. But the moment Darwin smiles, his face melts into a disturbing glitch that makes Gumball sick. He tries to shrug it off with a hug, but Darwin glitches again, this time revealing a pair of unsettling, realistic human eyes, like if someone is interrupting the show, someone from the real world. Gumball once again freaks out, but Darwin doesn't see anything that is happening and just walks off. But it doesn't stop there. The glitch eventually spreads to everything around them, from Richard glitching to the boys speeding across Elmore, and even throwing in the weirdest, most random footage.
Hold on, I'm gonna take the wheel. No, you can't. You have to keep your seatbelt on. Why? Because otherwise... Fast relief from headache. Fair point.
When I told you this episode was weird, I wasn't joking. But it all ends once again at the mall, where Gumball and Darwin watch a news anchor announce that they're having some broadcast issues.
Satellite broadcast issues. We assure you we are working on the problem, so please, bear with us while we try to...
That's when they piece it all together. But before they can even comprehend what's going on, it cuts to the Watterson family sitting at the dinner table, with Richard ending the episode on a happy note. While everyone laughs, Gumball and Darwin force awkward smiles of their own, as the episode glitches one final time. For a series that usually wraps things up nicely, this episode left us with more questions than answers. But what really makes this episode a mistake? And how does it connect to one of the biggest mysteries in Gumball? Well, let's start off with the weirdest thing in this episode, the glitches. We first see them in the title screen. Then we start to see it affect Gumball's world, from making characters glitch,
Consuela necesita un doctor, son sus riñones.
What?
to throwing Gumball and Darwin into multiple dangerous scenarios. The glitch wasn't just some random error, it was a force that was tearing their reality apart. We then learned that it was a signal problem, which leads Gumball and Darwin to eventually figure out that they might be on a TV show. We've seen plenty of instances where they pretty much acknowledge that they're in some sort of show.
Yeah, dude, I've been 12 for like forever now.
Except this time, they don't laugh it off so easily, and are clearly scared. Then, it finally clicks. They realize the glitches aren't a joke. One of the most bizarre and unsettling moments in the episode is when parts of director and showrunner Mick Graves, along with production member Jack Dingle's faces, can be seen on top of Gumball and Darwin as they glitch. What seems like a harmless glitch quickly turns dark for many fans, almost like an accident that went on the air. I thought the static and distortions were just a consequence of the episode being a leak at first. But what if this episode wasn't just a mistake that made its way past production, but accidentally reveals the future of Gumball? My theory is that this very episode exposes one of the show's biggest unsolved mysteries and hints at what is next for the Watersons, and it all ties into the very last episode of season 6, titled The Inquisition. Before we figure out why, we need some context. The episode begins with Superintendent Evil arriving at Elmore Junior High, announcing that he plans to break them down and build them from the ground up. From Terry losing her face to Alan being forced to have a body, nobody is safe. But that's just the beginning of his plan. He tries to erase the world that we all know and love by turning everyone into human lookalikes. Even Gumball and Darwin become the main targets and get chased around, finding out that it doesn't stop at human lookalikes, but actual real humans. By using what they know best, their cartoon logic, Gumball and Darwin escape by making them remember who they truly are, and they restore everyone back to their original form. After one failed escape, they catch up with Superintendent Evil, and in true Scooby-Doo style, they take off his mask and find that Rob was behind everything all along. Except this time, it was completely different. He tries to tell them why he was trying to turn them into humans, but starts getting absolutely destroyed by Tina, who knocks him out. And I think we all know how this ended.
Oh no, it's started.
So what does this all really mean? Well, it isn't just another weird Gumball story. The glitches in the signal seem random at first, but when you look at them alongside Rob's warnings, it feels like they were the beginning of something much bigger. Something we probably weren't supposed to see. From glitches showing a leak into real-world things, to the characters also turning human, it seems like everything was connected all along, and orchestrated by someone. But in this episode, Rob turns out to be the good guy. So who could be responsible for the glitches, and maybe even responsible for everything weird to happen to the amazing world of Gumball? Well, that character is none other than the banana herself, Barbara Banana. Yes, the same character that is related to Banana Joe, and happens to be more dangerous than what meets the eye. We see her for the first time in the episode The Oracle, where her paintings end up predicting the future. Predicting in the episode that Gumball was gonna be surrounded by everyone at Elmore Mall naked. That is very specific for it just to be a coincidence, but it gets worse. All of these paintings don't just predict the future, they create them, giving her the power that the writers in the show are supposed to have. And all of this connects back to the episode The Signal. For the first time, we see Gumball and Darwin slowly realize that their entire existence is just for our entertainment, and it gives us the first ever clue for the cliffhanger we got all these years ago. So, not only is this episode one of the creepiest and unsettling things to come from the show, but it also seems like a total mistake from the producers that somehow made it on air. Perhaps to warn not only Gumball and Darwin, but maybe even us the viewers too. All while turning into one of the biggest unsolved mysteries from the series, and revealing who might be the villain behind all of this. But hey, that's just a theory. Not a game theory, but a Gumball universe theory. Make sure to leave your theories down below, and while you're there, maybe even click one of the many funny buttons you see on screen. Peace!